Matthew 2 tells the story of the visit of the wise men, then the flight to Egypt, Herod's killing of the children, and then the return to Nazareth. In verses 21 and 22, Matthew records this, that Joseph rose and took the child, which is Jesus, and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning over Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there, and being warned in a dream, he withdrew to the district of Galilee. What's most interesting here is that in verses 19 and 20, an angel of the Lord had already told Joseph to return from Egypt to Israel. You would think that with such clear direction from the Lord, there should be no room for doubt or fear. And yet Joseph was afraid to go to Judea. Then the Lord confirmed it. His hesitation was warranted. And the Lord told him to go to Galilee instead. So here's the picture. Here's Jesus, the Son of God, and he is in danger. Now surely God would protect him no matter what, right? But Joseph and Mary had to flee to Egypt and then settle in Galilee instead of Judea. Now, was it because God was not able to provide supernatural protection for his son, for the Messiah? Of course he could. But could it be that his guidance is the supernatural protection instead? See, I'm just wondering how many times the Lord guides me toward his purposes, and I neglect seeking additional guidance, assuring that it's a done deal. The Lord spoke it. I'll just move on and do it. But see, God works in partnership with us. So maybe fear isn't so bad after all. I'm not talking about the type of fear that paralyzes us. That would be bad. But I'm talking about a little hesitation, a little questioning that leads us to seek direction, fresh instructions from the Lord. That can be a really good thing. Seeking fresh direction isn't a sign of unbelief. See, we can walk by faith and still stop periodically and ask for fresh direction before taking the next steps. I cannot assume that because I heard from the Lord, I can march onward without stopping and asking God to clarify the next steps. I know this. I know that I will know what I need to know when I need to know it. But this requires attentive listening and a willingness to change course if needed. Are you seeking fresh direction from the Lord? He is there, guiding you, protecting you by directing your steps. Maybe the Lord is telling you to move forward, or he's telling you to hold off. Pay attention to what he says. Stop, ask, listen, and then follow his instructions. The Lord's protection is guaranteed for us, but we must walk in partnership with him, asking him, and then doing what he says.